Hi Mike, I just wanted to go over a form, like a form that I've used fairly recently. So when you've made this form for your students and they're filling it out, so I did, like how many sisters and brothers do you have, and we kind of talked about it as a class. So you would not want each student to have, you don't want to assign an individual form. You want every student to have this form, a copy of it, because you want all the data to come in together. So Google Forms by nature, when you put that link out, it will give them their own copy, and it will give you all the responses. So I can go with these responses here, and I did their name, and of course it gives the chart and all that data, which you can talk about with your students. So you have that, but of course you were also talking about the spreadsheet. So here's all the information on the spreadsheet. So I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about with the data, but it already gives them each their own copy. So you make one form with the questions that you want for your quiz or worksheet, and then when you put that link out there, or if you email them each the form, it just automatically gives them their own, and it will collect their username. The one thing I will say is it's kind of easy to keep track of their email address. I simply put out this form for each of my classes separate. So I had one for period 1, 3, 4, 10, and 11. And all I had them do was put in their first and last name, and I said for it automatically to collect their username. So then that would give me a list, a spreadsheet of all of their names. So then I would just click here, copy, and then I would paste it when I want to send it. I could paste it in here, and it would go to each of my students. That's good because you can see who hasn't responded, and you can send them a reminder email, or you can just do it with a link. That might be too much, for you, but I can show you how to do that if you want me to come over sometime. So I have those Gmail lists like this all set and ready to go. So there's that part about the form, Google Form. Now the Google Docs, I have, I'll go back to this here. I just recently had them do a writing assignment, and they did a planning, or this was a conversation. I also had them do a writing assignment. I can show you this one. So I assigned this right through Google Classroom, and each student got their own copy, so that when I want to grade them, I can see that these kids are done. And I put the directions here. I gave them some ideas. You can even put a vocab reference link to Quizlet. And when I corrected them, I simply highlighted things that they needed to work on, and I put their grade over here and put it right in School Tool. So that is probably what you were talking about when you wanted to add an assignment. And then if you pick something here, and you can choose here, make a copy for each student. But you do not need to do that for Google Forms. Now, if you want to send out a link and you want these students to be, or students or any person, you want them to have to make a copy, you want to force them to make a copy, then you can go here, and if I wanted to share this, let's say this is something I shared with the kids. If I wanted to share this with the kids, but I want to, upon them opening it, I want them to have to make a copy. Do you see this last word here that says edit? You simply get rid of edit, you put in the word copy, and if I sent this to you, you open it up, it would automatically come up with a pop-up box that would say, do you want to make a copy of this? So you wouldn't be able to change my original form, but you get exactly what I want to send you. So it's kind of the same thing, except for you have more control in Google Classroom over correcting and seeing what they're doing. I would say that that's probably the single thing I like the most is the kids can't say, well, I lost my paper or whatever. I have it right here, and I can see who has done what, and as they're going through it, I put in comments like maybe you need to do this or that, and it really has been lovely. So just to kind of give you some options, I think that I think those were your questions. But if they're not your questions, if you need something else from me, please feel free to call me, send me another email. I can send you a screencast. I can come over because I'd love to hang with the ELA department. See ya.